Welcome to Talk of the Town. I'm Sandra Benson. With me, I have a couple members of the Hilton Head Rugby Club. And rugby is definitely a physically aggressive contact sport, but one that boasts camaraderie. I have with me today Garrett Hamilton. Welcome, Garrett. And Scott Wild. Hi, Scott.
Hello.
I'm glad to have you guys aboard today, and we're looking forward to hearing a little bit about the Hilton Head rugby team, which, of course, I had no idea we had a rugby team on the island, so forgive me. So I really do want to hear about it.
Well, great. Yeah, a lot of people on the island don't know we have a rugby team here, but we've been around since 1974.
Wow. Okay.
We've been in the playoffs probably for the last 6 years. This past year we haven't been in the playoffs. We didn't make it to the playoffs, but 2 years previously we made it to the national playoffs at a national level.
That's great. That is a great record anyways.
Yeah, exactly.
And so, Scott, the actual game of rugby, what all does it entail? Because I think what I think about is a bunch of men, short shorts, not a bad thing, and just running, knocking each other out.
Well, I think you're right about the short shorts, and you're definitely right about the knocking out, too. But it's 15 on 15. It's a full contact sport, minimal padding, typically a mouth guard and some very light head or shoulder pads, but nothing hard plastic like football. It's got a lot of similarities to the sport of soccer and football, and it's very popular in other parts of the world, in particular Europe and Australia, New Zealand area, South Africa, and the Pacific Islands.
Are you playing any national teams? Have you played any national teams, or are they? And when I should say that, I should say international teams. I know you play nationally, but do you play any international teams? Or have you in the past?
One time we played a British naval team that came over in a sub. They were out of Jacksonville. They came up and played us. That was pretty fun. That was probably
interesting.
About 6 years ago now.
Okay. All right.
Other than that, no. We stay usually within North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, Florida.
Mostly the East Coast.
Alabama, yeah.
But we do tend to run into a lot of international players. We've got several people on our team that have played in other countries.
Oh, okay.
We've got several people that played in Argentina, as well as South Africa and New Zealand.
Wow, okay,
and England.
Okay.
So we've got people that have played over different parts of the world before, just not an international team per se.
Completely male sport?
No, not completely.
Okay.
Not completely. There are women's clubs in the region. Hilton Head doesn't have a women's club. There's a women's club in Savannah and one in Charleston, and I think Georgia Southern has a women's collegiate women's team.
How about ages? Are you looking for a certain age for? And how does somebody, like, who, if they're thinking about this, how do they find you? What do they do? And what should they think that they need to bring with them to even join rugby?
Well, ideally, I think we'd like to think that we can find them, but unfortunately, it doesn't always work that way. We look for people that are aggressive in a competitive way on the field, but gentlemen off the field. And gentlemen on the field as well. We look for people in an age range of 18 to 40, but we certainly don't turn away anybody. We have people affiliated with our club that are in their mid-50s. We have people that are in their younger teens, 15 years old. So although they don't actively play in the competitive matches because of their age, we certainly have no problem with them being affiliated with the club, practicing with us, scrimmaging with us. And we try to be as inclusive as possible because we feel like age and ethnic and social diversity are all very important facets to a club.
Right.
And we feel like we've got that. We've got people in our club that Latino descent. We've got people that are from African descent. We've got people that are European, and as I said, New Zealand, South Africa.
Good mix.
Yeah. We try to hit all bases.
As far as what the sport takes, it's definitely demanding. I was, reading a couple things. It's an 80-minute time frame, and you just keep on running. Is that kind of what it is?
Yeah, there's 2 40-minute halves. The only time we stop play during each half is for an injury or for a line-out or something like that. It's very short. The injury timeouts are a minute. So either you're on or you're off. Once you go off, you cannot come back on. We have a 10-minute halftime. Other than that, it's basically straight through running, full physical contact the whole time.
Okay. And then as far as somebody training, you train them, you get them ready for the sport, is that correct?
Yes. I mean, as I tell everybody that, well, you know, I've never played before, I don't know how to do it, and I always tell them, well, before I started playing, I had never played before myself.
Okay, so you can start from scratch, not knowing anything, and you'll train them.
Exactly. We have a full coaching staff too.
Okay.
You know, we have a lot of our old boys affiliated with the club help us out, and we usually at least have a head coach and an assistant coach every year, if not 2 or 3 assistant coaches. So we do have a full coaching staff that comes out and trains us and helps us, you know. And our coaches do have rugby background. Our coach this year is from England. He's been a part of rugby probably for 30 years at least. So he brings a lot of experience to our club and helps us out. You know, we have to compete at a national level, so we can't go out there and screw around and mess around.
Right. As far as the community, you guys do some stuff for the community, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we try to be very involved locally. You know, anytime that we come across a cause that we're interested in, or just an opportunity to help somebody out that we can take advantage of, we're certainly game to do it. We've done the local heel-to-toe polio walk. We recently did an annual event that benefits a breast cancer charity. We've helped out the Island Rec Center on some of their events. So we try to be as involved locally as we possibly can.
That's terrific. And how do people get a hold of you guys? I mean, how do they contact you?
All of our contact information is on the website. HiltonHeadRugby.com will get you there. You can go to the contact page and find out, you know, Scott and I's information or email addresses. Other than that,
if they have questions, they can call you, they can write you, they can contact you, however, and just ask the questions and become a little bit more comfortable.
Absolutely, yeah. We've got a website. We also have an email address, info@HiltonHeadRugby.com. You can Google us, and we have various things that will show up on the internet that are related to our club, including old commercials, other websites that that may redirect you, URLs, things of that nature.
Thank you both for being with us today.
Thank you.
And we'll return to Talk of the Town.